Hello, everybody, and welcome to Power Pro Wrestling. I am Johnny Jet, joined at this time by my broadcast colleague, DK Ressman. DK, what do you say?
Well, thank you, Johnny. Once again, promises to be an incredible night of action here on Power Pro. Very much looking forward to getting into it here tonight.
As you well should be, fight fans, because tonight in our main event we have Heather Lexus taking on the Notorious Donna Reid. That match is coming up in our main event. It promises to be a bona fide, surefire slobber knocker, DK.
Absolutely, Johnny. A bona fide classic in the making, I think, for that one. But before that, we have tag team action with the team of Jordan King and Karen Rose, Team USA, taking on Team Mexico, El Hijo del Phoenix and La Loba Blanca. Of course, Team Mexico coming off what many have called the Lucha Endurance Run. Back-to-back matches, incredible fighting spirit shown from Team Mexico, but they're taking on one of their hardest challenges yet.
Absolutely. But first, in our opening bout this evening, we have the German war machine Panzer taking on Manchester's own Kid Grime. And that's coming up here in a few minutes, fight fans. And DK, you have to wonder about how much you have to wonder exactly how Kid Grime is going to stand up to Panzer in this contest.
Well, that's absolutely right, Johnny. Bit of a gaffe on our production crew there again, but regardless, Kid Grime could possibly take advantage of that bag of dirty tricks we know he is in possession of. But
very true. Kid Grime, of course, a very dirty fighter and a technical expert all the same. I can't take anything away from his mat-based abilities. Having a win over Holden Troy will do that for his career.
That's right, but he's going to need every one of those tricks and then some to manage to even put a dent into the German war machine.
That is correct, DK. There is a significant height and weight difference between these two competitors, and age difference as well. As we make way for our opening contest, here is Kid Grime making his way to the ring at this time.
Seen some impressive work from Kid Grime so far. Perhaps not the greatest win-loss record so far, but he has gone toe-to-toe with both some hard-hitting wrestlers and some very technical wrestlers as well. Really showing his abilities nicely in both cases.
This is true, DK, but of course you can't possibly discount his opponent. The German war machine Panzer has, let's face it, hey, he has not been defeated in singles competition to this point. The only black mark against this record here in Power Pro came in our very first episode back when Karen Rose knocked out his tag team partner, Brooke Power. And Panzer himself, unfazed, untouched throughout this entire tournament. You have to wonder if Kid Grime is going to be able to be the man to touch Panzer. Not in that way, fight fans. I mean in a hurtful way.
As you say, Johnny, the thing, of course, we focus a lot on wins and losses. Of course, that's what ultimately matters here in the ring. But we focus a lot on those last 3 seconds of the match. And Panzer's story of dominance in his in-ring career here in Power Pro so far goes far beyond those last 3 seconds. He performs absolutely dominantly just from bell to bell, from the very beginning of the match to the very end. It is incredibly difficult to slow this man's momentum down.
Absolutely, DK. Panzer is used to coming in, dominating, and going home in fairly short time. Unless he is fighting 2 or more people at a time, Panzer's had no difficulty in this entire tournament to this point, DK.
That's right. We do see Kid Grimes here managing to get a little bit of an advantage, getting the big man off his feet there.
You know, the fireman's carry is a great way to just leverage your opponent and take them away, take them off of their center of gravity. Just throw them off balance. Kid Grimes making good use of it here in this bout.
There you see Panzer, very difficult to slow down. Oh, the Kid Grime able to make that separation still.
Good use of that jawbreaker there, DK. And now a Dragon Sleeper to follow up. Panzer, of course, fighting out of it. And you know, DK, I have to wonder how much of this Panzer is allowing to happen. If he might be employing some kind of a rope-a-dope strategy here against Kid Grime.
Well, that's certainly possible, Johnny. Every match we've seen Panzer in, of course, we have seen opponents get in a fair amount of offense against him, but he just does not slow down. The instant he kicks out of a move like that, he just keeps coming back.
Very true. And of course, every inch and every ounce of energy used against Panzer is an ounce of energy that opponent no longer has to throw at him. If they're lifting Panzer up in that fireman's carry, yes, it's a great move, it's a great transition, but you have to consider the amount of force and energy displayed in that act. Whereas Panzer can just absorb this damage. He's built, no pun intended, quite like a tank. Arm lock applied there by Kid Grime, wearing away at Panzer, trying to take the strength away from the big German's arms. And there you see some of those dirty tactics back to the arm. Locking Panzer down. Panzer struggles, gets out of it. Goes for those clubbing blows, a miss. Irish whip. Ooh, and a short arm clothesline and an elbow drop to follow it up there on Kid Grime. Grime with the reversal of that Irish whip. Wheelbarrow Bulldog. Irish whip from Panzer. Big body splash sends the young man from Manchester to the mat. A cover and 1, 2, no 3 count, however. He has him up. Ooh! And DK, you have to remember that big Samoan drop is the move that that knocked out Kazu Yakano not so long ago. Concussed the Japanese star.
Absolutely, that's what you have to watch out for with a competitor as strong as Panzer. Any move could be the one to end the match.
You know, hoisting a man up on your shoulders like that when you're the size of Panzer gives him a long ways to fall, DK.
I have to wonder about all these submission maneuvers from Kid Grimes, of course, well experienced in submission wrestling, but I have to wonder if Panzer can even feel pain.
Ooh! And there's that cutter out of nowhere. Puts Panzer to the mat, but Panzer back up. Abdominal stretch applied. Just wearing down the big German. He's going for a back grapple. Big reverse DDT sends the German to the mat. Stomping on those legs and back to that Dragon Sleeper. We've seen Kid Grime working on the arm and the head of Panzer in this match, and I think that that's probably a good way for him to wear down his opponent in this contest.
That's the only strategy we've seen have any effectiveness against Panzer, but so far.
And a Panzer driver.
That could be it.
That very well could be, DK, because all the damage done to Panzer's head pales in comparison to the damage done by that Panzer driver just now.
Kid Grimes able to bring himself back around there, back to his feet. Nice more offense to Panzer.
But he's on unsure legs here, and Panzer is just soaking in the jeers of this crowd. Short arm clothesline sends the young Brit back to the mat, and a cover 1, no 2, no 3 count, however.
Very close, though.
What's he going for here? That's a clutch pinfall attempt. 2 count. No 3 count. European uppercut. I don't think this is a great idea on Kid Grimes' part, DK.
No, you do not want to be in a striking contest with this man.
And yet, Kid Grime has put Panzer down. But Panzer back to his feet. Football tackle there, sends Kid Grime to the mat. A A big choke slam. Nearly puts him through the mat. It was rope-a-dope.
Right back up to his feet.
It was rope-a-dope all along. Kid Grime, he's fighting with every ounce of power he's got left in him. But Panzer, the big German, is still on his feet. He's still strong, despite all of the offense Kid Grime has gotten in here. Dragon Sleeper applied, center of the ring. Panzer's got nowhere to go, but he breaks the hold. A tie-up, Irish whip. Panzer into the ropes, and ooh! Both men on the mat there, back to their feet now. Panzer backing Kid Grime into the turnbuckle. Panzer back in control of cover. A 1, 2, and 3 count from Panzer. Panzer was just playing with Kid Grime that entire match. He was just soaking in that damage. It meant nothing to him, DK.
That's right, Johnny. Very impressive fighting spirit, I would say, on display from Kid Grime. We know him as sort of a dirty tactician, but an impressive show of fighting there. But of course, once again, nothing seems to be able to stop the reign of destruction that Panzer has wrought.
Very true, DK. Panzer, of course, will continue on. He's had a heck of a streak thus far. He has to be the odds-on favorite to win the tournament, in his block at least, at this point.
That's right, Johnny. After everything we've seen from Panzer so far, it is very difficult to imagine what it is going to take to bring this big man down.
We've seen the dominance that he has displayed thus far. He humbled the Luchadors. He humbled El Hijo del Phoenix. He has beaten everyone that's come across him. Everyone in tag team competition or in singles competition has had to kneel before the big German, and I just have to wonder if anyone is able to match him blow for blow as we go into our next contest here.
Right, our next contest here.
We apologize, wrestling fans. There seems to be...
Johnny, I thought you spoke to Tom.
I talked to him. I talked to him. Well, he's gonna... No, it's, Tom, that's real professional. That's
Johnny. We're above that. We're above this.
You know what? No, this guy's DK. He's hijacking.
Johnny, we're on the air. We're on the air.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying he's hijacking the show to do this kind of stuff, and we should
take the high road, Johnny. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here we are back for tag team action. We have Team USA fighting Team Mexico in what promises to be an outstanding contest.
Absolutely. We've seen Team Mexico enter quite a bit and really just display such tremendous spirit in all their matches, fighting from underneath, fighting through injuries. They've had a bit of time to recover, but of course, here against Team USA, perhaps one of their biggest challenges yet.
Very true, DK. Of course, at the same time, over the course of the series, we have seen Team Mexico gel as a tag team. They've come to actually work together quite well, better than a lot of people perhaps thought that they could. On the other side of the aisle, however, Jordan King and Karen Rose, two definitively singles competitors who have not perhaps gelled as much as a team, but have had exceptional careers in this tournament as singles competitors. So it's two individuals taking on one team, at least from where I'm sitting.
Well, that's an interesting point, Johnny, and a very good one as well. Of course, tag team wrestling, a very different form of competition to singles wrestling.
Very much so. So it really is a question of whether or not King and Rose are able to overcome the combined might of Team Mexico. Now we see El Hijo del Phoenix making his way here to the ring. And DK, you've talked to the camp over there at Team Mexico with some frequency throughout this tournament. Are there any rumblings about how they prepared for this contest for Jordan King and Karen Rose?
Oh, my understanding, Johnny, is that Team Mexico has really been focused predominantly on rehabilitation these past several weeks. Of course, those terrible injuries that both members of Team Mexico have suffered in the past several weeks of competition. They finally had a bit of time off, a bit of time to recover, and really their focus has more been in regaining mobility in those injured areas. I'm not sure to what degree they've even been able to prepare for Team USA in particular here.
Well, they do look to be in pretty good form coming into this contest. Time will tell whether or not they are able to hold up against the fresher opponents here in Team USA.
That's right, and no matter who you're up against, it's really all about those fundamentals. Once those fundamentals are locked in, then it's all about executing that game plan.
Very true, DK. And here we see exactly what I was talking about, that tag team mentality from Team Mexico. That double enziguri sending Jordan King to the mat. And now they're just trying to keep him on that half of the ring, on their side of the ring. Jordan King now, of course, retreating to his corner, tag to Karen Rose. Karen Rose, front chancery, pinned down by La Loba Blanca, and a big DDT from La Loba Blanca. King and Rose now going to work on Blanca, judo throw from Blanca. A wrist lock applied there to Karen Rose. Loba playing it smart, avoiding the offense. Oh, she was going for a drop kick there, but got struck by that lariat, and now the stretch muffler applied.
Loba Blanca really expertly avoiding a lot of this offense.
Very smart wrestling there, not trying to go toe-to-toe with the American, but instead perhaps trying to wear her down by making her expend all of that energy, like we were talking about in the Kid Grime versus Panzer match earlier this evening. Into the ropes, a big rolling senton there. Karen Rose back to her feet immediately. Both women missing each other there. Now we have a strike exchange. I have to give the favor here to Karen Rose. In that strike exchange, I was, of course, proven it wrong immediately. And that could speak to just the preparation that La Loba Blanca's had coming into this contest. Maybe due to the rehabilitation, she hasn't had the chance to actually train grappling or the aerial offense, but she might have been able to train striking a bit more.
Well, I think more than anything else, La Loba Blanca here is coming in with a lot to prove. After those disappointing early results coming out of retirement, she is really looking to set herself back on the right track, I think, in matches like this, and I think is able to, if she is able to keep that sort of offense going, that's sterling moveset in play, she might just be able to do so.
Give up. Give up.
It's hard to argue, DK. La Loba Blanca has, of course, got a lot to prove coming back into this contest. And, you know, the teamwork with Phoenix, as displayed right there, maybe that could be her ticket to maybe a longer, better career in this second chapter of her in-ring career. Short arm clothesline there into an STF, and that right there, actually pretty good teamwork from Team USA. Just when I was ready to write them off as not having any real cohesion, they're proving me wrong, DK.
Well, that's right. Of course, Jordan King and Karen Rose both have quite a few years of experience in their own right. No strangers to the strategy of every form of pro wrestling.
Very true.
Certainly we'll see some smart decisions in terms of the basics of tag team wrestling. The question is really how well these two personalities in particular fit together as a tag team.
Very true, DK. Jordan King, of course, has that long, storied tag team background, and perhaps he just has the instincts that he can fall back on to take advantage of anything that is any partner could do. That's entirely possible. Jordan King now, front chancery, leading her into the friendly side of the ring, into the ropes. Big elbow drop there to the head and neck of La Loba Blanca. Rolling kick there. Avoiding each other's strikes, going for a big snap suplex there. Rear chin lock applied. Phoenix comes in to save his partner. He breaks up the submission. And now Team Mexico's going to work on Jordan King. Jordan King fighting back. Front chancery leading him over toward Team Mexico's side of the ring. Over into the white corner there. Modified STF applied. King escapes. Big enziguri there into the ropes, and he rolls her up for a pinfall. Small package applied here, a 2 count, and no 3 count.
I have to wonder if Jordan King was getting greedy there. I feel like he had a perfect opportunity to make the tag out after the offense he's taken there.
It's entirely possible, and now Team Mexico just showing off there in front of Karen Rose. Jordan King could have been greedy there, DK. It may very well cost them the contest. King now in the corner, but not tagging out to Karen Rose. He wants to prove himself here in the States as a singles competitor. Karen Rose seems a little frustrated. She went for the tag there, but no success. She was reaching out to Jordan King. King now retreating into his corner and smartly makes the tag. Double team, but La Loba Blanca is able to overpower both of them.
Blanca seems to be a bit confused about who is the legal person at this point. Perhaps did not see the tag.
Thankfully, our referee for this evening, Mark Schultz, is not confused and did acknowledge the tag there. Reverse Bulldog, and a big splash, pinning. 1, 2, but Phoenix is able to break it up. King gets into the ring, but thinks better of it. Sliding elbow there to Karen Rose. Ooh, a devastating strike combination there from Team Mexico, but I'm not sure that Karen Rose got all of that drop kick from La Loba Blanca. Rolling lariat there, and another splash pinfall. This could be it. 1, 2, no. And now everybody's in the ring. Jordan King seems to be a bit confused on whether he is the legal man or not. Referee ordering both competitors back to their corners. Double team attempt here. Karen Rose able to overpower both teams of both members of Team Mexico. Nice drop kick there. by El Hijo del Phoenix. A tie-up. Short arm clothesline nearly takes the luchador's head off. And now a big splash. Pinning attempt here. 1, no 2 count, however.
This match is breaking down in a hurry.
Yes, it is. Our official needs to get a hold of everything. There you see him forcing Jordan King back to his corner. A little strike exchange now. Phoenix versus Rose. Phoenix with a super kick there. Puts Rose down in the corner. Puts her back up to her feet. Able to get a front chancery. Leads him back to the center of the ring. Over back into friendly territory now. She could go for the pin. She could go for the pin here, or she could have tagged out, but no, instead, just inflicting damage. Aaron Rose now quartering the ring. Phoenix to the top rope. An attempt at a superplex, but no! It's Canadian Destroyer, or perhaps Mexican Destroyer in this case.
Just incredible displays of agility from Phoenix here.
Absolutely. He is wrestling like a man who was never injured in the first place, DK. La Magistra applied. A 1, 2, no 3 count, however. And again, the match has broken down. All 4 competitors are in the ring here. King returning to his corner. And Phoenix feeding off the energy of this crowd here, listening to their cheers. Reverse Bulldog puts Phoenix back to the mat. Tag out to King. Not entirely sure what happened there. King just body checked El Hijo del Phoenix. The STF now applied. And a big double knee crusher from Jordan King. Drop toe hold. Puts King back to the mat. Ooh! And Phoenix employing some of those dirty tactics. Moonsault now!
That's a moonsault deep in King's own territory.
It was. That's just rubbing it in the face of Karen Rose there. And King again body checks the luchador. And half crab applied, stomping on the head of El Hijo del Phoenix, adding some insult to the injury. And then, ooh, very nice code breaker there from Phoenix. Puts the King to the mat. And Phoenix looks like he's going to fly again, DK. Big missile drop kick there.
Absolutely incredible.
King is on the mat. King back to his feet now, though. And he's going for it again. A double knee crusher. Jordan King perhaps being tested a little bit more than he anticipated in this contest, DK.
Perhaps so, but he seems to have the answers now.
King whips Phoenix into the turnbuckle, but Phoenix over the top there. Oh no! And here it comes. Oh, that kneeling pile driver. He goes for the pinfall. A cover 1, 2, and a 3 count. There it is. Jordan King taking home the victory after that hard-fought bout, DK.
An absolutely incredible matchup between both teams here. We saw a little bit of tag team miscommunication on Team USA, but I think they really brought it back together there back in the end.
I have to agree.
I
have to agree, DK. El Del Phoenix, of course, put on a tremendous display in that contest, as did his partner, Lolo Blanca. They really took Team USA to their limits there in that match, DK.
Absolutely, executing very strongly on their athletic moveset, that high-flying lucha moveset that both competitors are known for, really both playing to the crowd and being quite effective in this match, but of course, not enough to bring home the victory.
They came up just short, but they looked a lot better in this bout than perhaps anyone gave them credit for. And now, fans, we gear up for our main event of the evening as Donna Reid takes on Heather Lexus. Heather Lexus, of course, being challenged to this contest after last week's victorious match against Team UK. Team UK, of course, Donna Reid and Kid Grime, and perhaps we have some footage of that contest. And here we see it. Donna Reid and Heather Lexus matching up in that tag team bout. Both women looking like $1 million in that contest. Donna Reid really showing some improvement over some of her previous performances, but Heather Lexus able to match her hold for hold. And the end, of course, came when Heather Lexus applied that armbar to Kid Grime.
There we see the standoff there. What set Donna Reid off there in the end to demand tonight's matchup here against Heather Lexus.
Who can forget it, DK? Donna Reid rampaging around the ring and demanding a match, a singles contest against Heather Lexus.
Johnny, do you understand how she was able to do that?
I have had some time to look into it, DK, and the best answer that I have been able to attain was it's in her contract. She's able to just demand any of the singles matches she's scheduled for at any time, apparently.
Well, regardless, of course, some frustrating comments for fans of professional wrestling from Donna Reid, but I think regardless of any of that, it promises to be one hell of a contest between these two tonight.
I think that's a foregone conclusion, DK. This is going to be one of the matches of the year. Donna Reid coming into this hot off of the heels of her legendary, or some would say notorious, MMA career. Heather Lexus, the flag bearer for women's wrestling in Canada. Question now, which of their two styles will be superior in singles competition?
Well, that's just the thing, Johnny. We've seen Donna Reid be very effective with almost a straight MMA style, very little adaptation to the squared circle. Heather Lexus, of course, a decorated pro wrestler, and we cannot at any moment forget that this is indeed a professional wrestling ring.
Very true. Serotonin, our official for this evening. And more to your point, DK, I don't think that I've seen Donna Reid at any time go for a pinfall victory in any of her contests thus far. I have to wonder if she's able to really differentiate this sport from the previous one that she so dominated.
Well, the thing also with Donna Reid is that she wants any victory that she enjoys to be absolute, no question whatsoever, and I think she feels the only way to attain that is through a submission.
And here we see her going for just that very thing, but Heather Lexus, the grappler, able to escape. The question really is, can the mixed training of Donna Reid outdo the foundry style of technical wrestling promoted and trained by the Doe family in Canada? Heather Lexus being, of course, one of the star pupils of the Doe family. Lexus now with these chops in the corner here, waking up her opponent, if nothing else. A cover, but no one count there. And a big DDT. DDT is, of course, something that Heather Lexus excels at. And And something also that Donna Reid perhaps has no ability to defend against, of head drops being illegal in mixed martial arts.
High energy, lots of strikes so far. You can tell both these women have no love lost between them.
Absolutely not, DK, as Heather Lexus stretching Donna Reid's abdominal and necular areas there with that dragon clutch. Strike exchange now. Not sure it's the smartest move on the part of Heather Lexus to get into a strike exchange with Donna Reid, but she came out on top of it.
Came out on top, but instantly back down to the mat once it was over.
Very true. Now the figure 4 applied, taking advantage of that mat positioning. Headlock just wearing down Donna Reid. You see it a lot here, DK. Heather Lexus taking advantages of the holes in Donna Reid's training. She is attacking places that Donna Reid has no reason in the other sport to prepare for. For example, she is striking to the back of the head. She is striking to the kidney area. She's doing head drops, going to the top rope now. All of these things, something Donna Reid has no training for, perhaps. Lexus with that flying elbow, but Donna Reid up to her feet, dodges it.
Donna Reid's been doing a little more studying than we've been giving her credit for.
That's very possible, DK. I don't have any ins with her camp, though. I have not been able to talk to any of them. They're very secretive about the training regiment that she's going through.
Vicious series of strikes there from Heather Lexus.
Heather Lexus firing up the crowd as well, and now a big moonsault from Heather Lexus, not able to capitalize, too close to the ropes there. You have to wonder perhaps about the position of that particular aerial assault.
A very rare moment from veteran Heather Lexus. Lack of ring awareness there.
Oh, but here now we see that rolling armbar applied. Remember, this is the move that put Elio Del Phoenix on the shelf briefly. Lexus reversal there. Sleeper hold applied. Lexus going back to the top rope. And another moonsault from Heather Lexus. Another pinfall attempt now. A 2 count. No, but 2.5 there.
A hair's breadth away there.
So very close, but so far away. Heather Lexus just showing off in this bout. Big elbow drop there. La Magistra pinfall attempt. A 1, 2, and that's it, a 3 count. Heather Lexus has beaten Donna Reid, DK.
And beaten her in short order as well. What a match, what a display from Heather Lexus there.
A tremendous display from Heather Lexus. And DK, she's getting out of the ring now.
Oh, here she comes.
She's coming out of the ring. DK.
Woo! Did you see that? That was amazing. I feel great. How are you guys? You know what? I just want to say that thank you, Donna Reid, for challenging me to that match, because you've helped me show this entire crowd that I have met what I said from day one, which is that I came here to be the best. Woo!
A very jubilant Heather Lexus there.
Absolutely,
DK.
Johnny, I think she has good reason to be at this point as well.
I would completely agree, DK. A tremendous bout from Heather Lexus. And Donna Reid, no shame in that loss, of course, but a wonderful display from Heather Lexus there. And fans, I think that's been a tremendous night for Power Pro Wrestling. We thank you for joining us, and now we will go into the recap of the evening here. Of course, earlier tonight in the opening contest, we saw Panzer just bulldozing over Kid Grime in what was not Kid Grime's proudest moment. He put out a heck of a fight, but he was not able to. DK, are you okay? You seem a little excited there.
Yes, Johnny. Just a tremendous night of action. Very much excited about it here.
Are you sure you're not excited about the Heather Lexus thing that just happened?
That as well, of course, the biggest moment of energy here tonight. But here in this match against, sorry, Johnny, I seem to be having trouble with my headset.
Yes, so Panzer, of course, now the point leader in Block A. It perhaps is a foregone conclusion that Panzer will be moving on to challenge for the Golden Crown at the climax of this particular tournament. But Kid Grime, a good display, but not enough. And after that, folks, we had Jordan King taking on El Hijo del Phoenix, as well as their tag team partners, Karen Rose with King and La Loba Blanca with Phoenix.
Tom, are we back on? Am I back on?
Yeah, we can hear you, DK.
Okay. Yes, and another incredible match here. A strong display, of course, from Team USA in particular. We saw a lot of tag team continuity from Team Mexico, really putting that newfound teamwork together there in some very impressive ways, but not enough to bring home the victory.
In the end, it just was not enough. Of course, they got in some very good parting shots, as you see that Mexican destroyer there, but it just wasn't enough in the end, DK. Team USA able to, if not bridge the gap, certainly able to adjust to the tag team wrestling that was opposing them. And in the end, they came out on top.
We see a bit more Team USA starting to gel together at the end, and of course, enough to bring home that victory.
And of course, that victory will count significantly toward both of those individuals challenging for the Golden Crown. But it's still a foregone conclusion almost that Panzer's going to win in Block A. He's the point leader there. He's undeniably superior. Now this will have perhaps implications down the line, but then we have our main event, of course, Heather Lexus, Donna Reid. We just saw moments ago a tremendous striking competition, great mat wrestling from both women, very high flying from Heather Lexus, just stunting on Donna Reid throughout that contest.
Absolutely a high energy match, very entertaining to watch, but Heather Lexus, the one with the answers in this contest.
She was. Donna Reid had no comebacks for that aerial assault. All of these high flying moves, she had no defense against them. She hadn't trained for it, clearly, going into this contest, which may have been a slight misjudgment on her part. And there we see it now. Block B, pretty well tied up, DK. It's still anyone's game there. Heather Lexus, Jordan King, Kazuya Kano, all of them, Ichiko, of course, all of them tied up. And next week, we'll see someone take the lead as Ichiko Kano takes on Jordan King.
That's right, Johnny. A lot on the line in this match here as we get into basically the second round of Power Pro. People really starting to look to solidify their positions in these tournament blocks.
And folks, I think it's going to do that for us this evening here on Power Pro Wrestling. Some little bit tongue-tied there. We thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you next time on Power Pro Wrestling.
Thank you, and good night, everybody.